Hey folks, thanks for joining me back here at E&M Outdoor Adventures. Today I'm going to do a real short video because nobody likes to sit through a 30-minute video, or at least I don't, on my favorite tent, which is the Cabelas Alaskan Guide. The model I have is a 4-person tent. So these retail at Cabelas for, well, at the time that I bought this one, which isn't very long ago, about $350 for the 4-person, and about another $100 for the 6-person, and I think it's about the same, another $100 jump for 8-person, which 4-person is big enough for my needs personally. I usually go out with the scout troop and tent camp once a month, pretty much all winter, all summer. And the ones they use are the 6-man tents, and I didn't really need one that big for myself, but they hold up really well. The troop's been using them for many years, and they do a great job. I know the Scoutmaster said they've been in 40+ mile-per-hour winds, and with the geodesic shape of them, they're extremely stout. I don't have the rain fly on it yet. I'll throw that on here in a minute, but you can kind of see the way the poles weave together. There's a lot of attachment points for the fabric, as well as these straps on the cross points of the poles to help strengthen it up. And they've just held up really well. When you put a bunch of teenage boys in these with, all the stuff they drag in there, and for many years of use, they still hold up pretty good. And a true person, true 4-person, 4-season tent, it's really not a bad price. There's tents out there that are 4 to 5 times as much, and these do just a great job for the price. So it's well worth considering. It's worked well for me and for the troop, but we'll take a look inside here in a second. The other nice thing about these is all the poles are the exact same length, with the exception of one, which is considerably shorter, and that's just for the vestibule when you put the rain fly on. And there's the carry bag when everything goes into it. It actually packs in there quite easy. You don't have to fight it like you do a lot of tents. Now, one thing, if you're looking for a tent that you can just throw out there and set up in 5 seconds, this isn't the one. They do take a little bit longer just because of the assembly of the poles and making sure everything's right. But if you want to have a 4-season tent that you don't have to worry about wind and weather, rain, snow, whatever, the few minutes extra to set it up is well worth the comfort of it. So let's go inside here quick. So on each point you have a cup holder or a drink holder. These will Velcro, these will fold down, and you can put a beverage in there. You do have 2 extra windows besides the entry door. There's 2 extra windows that'll unzip for more ventilation. That one and that one. And then you do have the overhead vents, which are, I think, just kind of mandatory for ventilation. Those are fully covered by the rain fly when that's all installed, which will be on here in a minute. And then in the top you have these loops where you can hang. It comes with a little net that you can hang up there that you can put a tent light, flashlight, and other gear up there that you want to keep out of the way. As well as on the doors, there's another net that you can hook to the doors, or the windows, I should say, to put more items in behind there, just keep them up off the floor. But speaking of the floor, it's real heavy, high density floor, and they also sell a floor liner that you can put in these, and it clips into the corners. Have these straps sewn in that you can tie the floor liner or clip the floor liner to, and it just gives it that much more protection for the floor in case you're in areas that are, you don't have the best floor mat, or you have kids going in and out, or pets or whatnot. So it's just a pretty nice design for the money. You also have these small pockets that are sewn in here There's 5 of them there. And you have them on that one, on that side, and then you also have more over here. So plenty of storage for small items, you know, glasses, flashlights, you know, medication, whatever you might want to keep from getting lost easily when the tent gets all the gear in it and stuff laying everywhere. All right, here we are with the rain fly installed. As you can see, it in true 4-season, it goes all the way pretty much to the bottom of the tent, 360 degrees around. Typically, the vestibule would be staked out. Obviously, I'm in the garage, so I can't do that, but this would extend out and makes a nice place to keep your boots, shoes, and whatever out of the direct rain. So the reason I have it set up in the garage rather than outside is because we were just camping over the weekend in it, and I just set it up to clean it out, sweep it out, make sure it's dry before it gets put away for a little longer term. So that's the reason I set it up and decided to make a quick video on it. I mentioned before that it's not the fastest tent to set up, which it isn't. But that being said, up until I got this one, I used a lot of the cheap quick set tents, and you know, when the wind is 20 miles an hour plus, or storms coming in, and those are folded up like a cheap accordion, these don't budge. Besides the 6 points of ground staking for the tent itself on each point, you also have about 10 of these extra tie outs that you could add additional support that are hooked to the rain fly, and so you can anchor this thing down. We don't ever even use these typically with the Scouts. I mean, they're so solid without it, you don't even need them, but if you knew you had a real doozy of a storm coming in, I'd probably take those out and anchor it down even more with those, and then this thing is just, it's truly solid. It's not going anywhere. I've had tents fold up in the wind, even like 20-mile-an-hour wind, and they're sitting there slapping you in the face or leaking water or whatever, and you just don't have to worry about that with these. And they also do a little bit better job of trapping some of the warmth in for the cold weather camping, because you have that full rain fly that covers it all the way around, so they just do a really nice job. Also, Cabelas, a lot of times, once or twice a year, we'll have these tents on sale for close to $100 off. So if you're not in a big hurry, it's worth just having them send you the sales flyers, and keep your eyes open. You could save a pretty substantial amount if it's something that you're not in a big hurry for. Like I said, I think the 6-person tent is $100 off. I can't remember on the 4-person and 8-person, but it's still a substantial discount, so that's worth keeping an eye out for. So those are just some of my thoughts and opinions on the Cabelas Alaskan Guide Series tent. They're a great value, well worth the investment. And if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see if I'm able to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.